Hey party people, I'm Kitty. Welcome to my channel, and if you're a returning viewer, you get a gold star today. Congratulations. In today's video, we are going to address a hate crime that recently happened in Birmingham in the UK, not Alabama. Laughing at myself, I'm sorry. Gay panic. I will also be sharing some of the responses to the hate crime, which have been rather interesting. And then I will end the video with 4 short stories that are much more positive, but they are also all queer related. It's like a little queer news segment. This article is from the BBC. It's called Men Hurt in Homophobic Attack at Birmingham's Gay Village. And I suppose I will read it for you. 2 men have been attacked with bottles and had homophobic abuse shouted at them in Birmingham, police have said. Rob and Patrick, in their 30s, were outside the missing bar in the city's gay village on Sunday. West Midlands police said the abuse came from a group of 4 men in a black SUV who then got out and assaulted the victims. Patrick was knocked unconscious in the attack, and his partner said it was shocking that would happen in 2021. Rob said he and Patrick from Bicester, Oxfordshire, had been at a friend's housewarming party and decided towards the end of the night to go dancing in the gay village. As they left missing bar, he said he saw the men with balloons in the car and jokingly asked them if it was their birthday. They did not like that and went into all sorts of foul language, including homophobic slurs directed at us, he said. Detectives said an attacker snatched a phone from Patrick as he tried to film them, and one of their female friends was dragged along by the SUV as she tried to get it back. The woman in her 20s suffered a foot injury. Rob said he then ran after the car to try and challenge the group, but when they stopped at a red light, they got out and attacked him with bottles. Patrick said he ran to help his partner, but someone from the car got out and hit me from behind my head and I blacked out. Having been treated in hospital for lacerations and cuts, Rob said he regretted chasing after the group. The gay village should be a safe area to be who you want and not to tolerate people yelling homophobic remarks at you. And just to clarify, the gay village isn't an actual place. That's just what they call spaces that are supposed to be like safe spaces for queer people, and like where all like the gay bars are. So I do agree that it is crazy that this would even happen in 2021. Republicans love to say they think that you have more privilege if you're gay, or if you're just queer in general. If you're queer, they think you have more privilege because everything's about gay people now. But this just shows that that's not true. We're still not safe. And that's exactly why we have to keep fighting for our rights and getting homophobic people deplatformed, because this is what it leads to. It leads to real life violence. This is the kind of stuff that like the baby's remarks lead to. Like, it's not just jokes. This is real. So now I'm going to go into some responses about the attack, and they're not great. So just a little heads up. My phone froze and didn't record anything I just filmed, so I am a little upset right now. Okay, so I'm gonna show you some responses. What I don't understand is that people choose to live a certain life. Why this fight for equality? That's the life you choose, and choice comes with consequences. So basically, dude thinks sexuality is a choice, which it's not. Please tell me, what day did you decide to be straight? Or you just like the opposite sex? Yeah, okay, sure, opposite. You just like the opposite gender? Yeah, sure, you know which one it is. Okay, so, agreed, homosexuality is not a choice. But also he's implying that they deserve to get attacked for being gay. But I love this response. They said, probably because being gay is neither a choice nor a lifestyle. Hope this helps. And I love when people end their argument with hope this helps. I don't know why that's so funny to me. So this one is a TERF, and this comment is directed at Stonewall. I think it's a magazine. I don't know. How dare you? Your gender identity movement throws homophobic slime at gay and lesbian people 365 days a year in the name of trans rights. And you stay silent about it. Don't come crawling out with expressions of sympathy when we're attacked in the streets. So, while they were actually attacked in the streets, for some reason, instead of blaming this on the homophobes, they're going to blame trans people. Yeah, that makes sense. When a lion kills a gazelle, you ain't blaming the giraffe. Come on. Just a heads up, there is a lot of Islamophobia in these responses. This one just says, what's the bet they were Muslim? Which sounds like something my grandpa would say, which is why he's not allowed in my life. Detectives said the men in the car were described as being of Middle Eastern or Asian appearance. Say no more. Islam is not compatible with our Western values. It really is as simple as that. Christianity has adapted. Ha! This woman's a joke? Christianity has absolutely not adapted, and if anything, it is more dangerous than Islam. And Islam isn't dangerous, just to clarify. Shoving homosexuality down everyone's throat is likely to backfire, especially in newly diverse UK. Okay, well, gay people existing is now considered shoving homosexuality down everyone's throat. Okay. This again was just an excuse to be racist with the diverse comment. Another turf. You are pushing gender ideology and you are making the lives of LGBT worse. As we speak, encouraging violence. You, Stonewall, are doing this. You say this couple is same-gender attracted, undermining the reality of their lives. Until you fix your dogma, you betray us. So again, blaming trans activism for this homophobic attack. We're not blaming homophobia and homophobes, we're blaming trans activism. Nothing TERFs say will ever make sense. Most of their, half of their beliefs contradict the other half. I can't stand that. Oh God, I hate this one. Did they get their pronouns? Just an asshole. Okay, more Islamophobia. I assume it's the usual typo where the word Asian is accidentally substituted for Muslim to avoid being targeted by the corrupt plods of the West Midlands Taliban for being phobic. Meanwhile, quits, gays for Gaza, and queers for Palestine chant for their own deaths. I'm sorry, that wasn't funny. I laughed at the word fuckwits. I hate when people do this. They're like, queers for Palestine are chanting for their own death. Just because the Palestinian government is homophobic doesn't mean that nobody there deserves rights. They are losing their land. They are in war. They are losing their homes. And just because their government is homophobic doesn't mean that these people who have no control over any of that deserve to lose their home, their freedom, their safety, their lives. Y'all are sick for this. Fucking sick. Funny how all the gays who were stood at the barracks welcoming the illegals into the UK, saying how wanted they were, and the woke women who spent time with them have all disappeared off the radar. Silent. Not a peep from them now. Hello, you there? More racism. I don't understand the correlation between racism and homophobia. Literally every time a homophobic thing happens, people are like, it's because them brown people. They say it proud with their little Trump hat on too. It doesn't even make any sense. You guys are also homophobic when you're voting against my rights. So the math ain't mathin'. Been reported that the men were of Asian or Middle Eastern appearance. Dodgy. You can't say things like that, these. BLM, bullies' lives matter. I'm laughing because he didn't finish that sentence. I really hate this. So again, just being racist and then bringing black people into it as well for no reason. Just to be racist. And to sum it up perfectly, this one says, reminder that in 2021, we're still not safe, even in our safe areas like Birmingham Gay Village. My sentiments exactly. It is very sad that here in 2021, we are still dying for being gay. We are dying. There is no gay privilege. I wish the right would stop pretending there is. We don't get famous just for being gay. It's not all, nothing revolves around us. Nothing. But y'all act like it does. Like y'all ain't the most privileged group of people on the world. I'm talking about cishet white people. I'm going to share a little bit more from Twitter. This first one is not going to be positive, but the rest are. So this came from African Sports Today, but there is no article or link. It just says, former Polish sprinter Marcin Urbas has requested Olympics organizers to run a test on Namibia teenager Christine Momba to find out if she is a woman after she ran a semi-final time of 21.97 seconds in the women's 200-meter race. This was in the Olympics. This is exactly how transphobia affects everyone, not just trans people and non-binary people and queer people in general. Transphobia affects everyone. This is a cis woman who performed very well, and now they want to test to see if she is a woman, and she's only 18, and this is incredibly violating and disgusting, and there's really no reason to do this, but people are really quick to call women, especially Black women, a man when they are succeeding, especially in rap with, Megan Thee Stallion, and she is constantly being called a man, and I truly do not understand and never will. But also with athletes, it's just they hate to see successful women. They really do. LGBTQ Nation shared an article titled Moderna starts human trials for its revolutionary HIV vaccine this week. And it was quote tweeted, more big news. This week, Moderna will start human trials for its HIV vaccine. It will be the first of its kind to use mRNA, which was used in its effective COVID-19 vaccine. The clinical trials are expected to end in spring 2023. And it was quote tweeted again with, this is so amazing. 37 years of HIV research, immune system, and smart virus made the COVID vaccine possible, and the concentrated global funding and collective concern for COVID created the perfect storm for progress towards an HIV vaccine. What a full circle moment for science. This is so exciting, and this is going to be like a game changer for the queer community. I am really, really excited about this. It is so great that we have come to a place where we are no longer in an epidemic, and that it is treatable and it's not a death sentence. And you can also be untraceable, I think is what it's called, and you don't infect others. And while that is so amazing, now we're at a point where we may be able to prevent it entirely. So this is really, really exciting, and I love this. I love this for our community so much. The Birmingham AIDS Memorial has now been submitted for planning, formed of 2 interlocking red metal heart ribbons, which will stand 6 meters high. The memorial will be located in the new Hippodrome Square on Hurst Street in Birmingham's Gay Village. So we are seeing more about HIV and AIDS, and this is really great, especially after DaBaby's horrible comments about it. It's nice to see so many positive things about it instead of things that are contributing to the stigma. And I don't remember if I said it already or if it was just in the part that I lost, if it was just in my lost footage. But I do want to add that comments like DaBaby's are exactly what leads to these kind of attacks that we just saw in Birmingham. It perpetuates violence and homophobia. And while people want to say it's just jokes, it's not. These are people's actual lives, and we are losing them for no reason other than some stupid fucking joke, okay? It ain't a joke. I won't go into detail with these because I feel like this is already pretty long, but I'm going to be sharing some positive, happy stories that are about queer people. So recently, on August 16th, from BuzzFeed, Mae Whitman just revealed she is pansexual and exactly what that means for her. So that is really exciting. I love to see the pansexual representation. I feel like we don't see that in celebrities often at all, or we don't really see that kind of representation. So that's really exciting. And I don't really know who she is, but she's famous. This is from NBC News, and so will the rest of them are all going to be from NBC News. But this is Team LGBTQ earns 32 medals at Tokyo Olympics. The torch goes out at Japan National Stadium. The end has arrived for the 2020 Tokyo Summer Games, dubbed the Rainbow Olympics for some by the record number of LGBTQ+ competitors. At least 182 out athletes from about 30 countries attended the Tokyo Games, more than 3 times the number who competed in the 2016 Summer Games in Rio de Janeiro, according to LGBTQ site Outsports. At least 55 of those athletes who competed in 35 different sports won medals. 5 nabbed gold for Team USA women's basketball alone. In fact, the LGBTQ Olympians competed as their own country, affectionately labeled Team LGBTQ by Outsports. They would rank 11th in the total medal count, with 32 team and individual medals, 11 gold, 12 silver, and 9 bronze. This is so exciting. The representation in the Olympics this year has been so beautiful to see, especially in sports, because I feel like a lot of times we're not taken seriously in sports because, a lot of us are feminine, I guess. I mean, like, gay men definitely aren't taken seriously in sports. I guess a lot of these are women, but still, I love to see the representation. Like, all my friends are gay and ain't none of them play sports, so this is really cool. We have Tori Cooper, the first Black trans woman on the Presidential HIV Council. So that is really exciting. She said one of her priorities as a member of the Presidential Advisory Council on HIV/AIDS is to be a voice for trans people, and I love that so much. And the last one, Virginia School Board passes LGBTQ inclusivity policy that sparked protests and resignation. So it's really, really exciting that they passed these inclusivity policies, but unfortunately there was a lot of pushback, but it was approved 7-2 and ensures access for transgender students to school facilities and programs. This is a huge win, especially considering states like Arkansas are not allowing trans girls to play in sports at all. And you know how I feel about that. I hope you enjoyed these stories, the good and the bad. They were all over the place, but to summarize, I just want you guys to know that you are all valid and loved, and nobody deserves to be assaulted for who they love or what their gender identity is. It's not our fault. It's not the fault of trans rights. This is just a direct result of homophobia, and the same can happen with transphobia. And this is what happens when we have people like DaBaby being platformed. So keep that in mind. You vote with your dollar. Capitalism runs the world, so use that to your advantage and don't give your money to people who are taking away our rights, okay? If you made it all the way here, comment your favorite color. I don't know if I've asked that yet, but it's been a while anyway. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys later.